A very warm welcome to the machine shop in Hinckley. This is a CRF I'm about to do an engine swap on. It is a CRF very proudly owned by Jamie, who is one half of the Lightweight Adventurers. So Jamie and Mark have taken their CRFs all over Europe. This one's been to the south of Spain, it's been up to the Alps, it's been to Bosnia, it's done about 15,000 miles on the clock, and I've had it for 5 minutes and managed to break it. I think the big end is gone. So my job at the machine shop here is to swap the engine out from this CRF and give it a new one. So Millie, as she's affectionately known, is getting a heart transplant. So watch this video to find out how I get on changing an engine and experiencing all the options available at the machine shop. The machine shop, based in Hinckley, is the UK's only pay-as-you-go DIY engineering workshop. It is the brainchild of this guy, Bob, who is a fabricator and welder who runs weld instruction courses. But whether it's a bike or a car or a thing you just want to make as a side hobby, you can bring it to the machine shop and make it happen. You can learn to service your bike, you can learn how to weld, you can learn how to machine. It's all there if you want to pay as you go or pay monthly. Bob gave me some space, set me up on this adjustable bike bench, and I got to work on the CRF. My first job on the CRF was to, take all the fairing off really and make sure I didn't lose any bolts. So with my trusty frog tape, I extracted all the bolts I could and started ripping the fairing down. Credits go to the Haywire team for recording all this content for me whilst I busily stripped the bike with my new friend, Brody. I brought my own ratchet and socket set with me because I like using my own tools, and I also bought some cloths and some lubricants from Fuchs Seal Clean. Rest assured that the machine shop has every possible piece of tool that you need. They have an entire wall dedicated to them, more than you could ever achieve in your own garage. Another reason why to turn up and use their services. It was quite fun popping off all the red bits. I'd never stripped a bike before, so under Brody's guidance it became a lot more simpler, but the general aim of the game was to get as much freedom around the engine as possible, including the subframe. Actually, I take that back. I have stripped an R6 because of some spontaneous disassembly I may have done on a racing circuit. Go. We've made a significant amount of progress, and like all good things about the machine shop, Brody just happened to be around.
Right place, right time.
Pretty much. And for some reason, you know motocross bikes pretty well.
A little bit, yeah. It's kind of all I do, to be honest. So
Exactly.
Know a thing or two about nuts and bolts.
So midway through the strip, Brody's offered some help, and we've got pretty far, just basically making the bike a lot more naked. Please come see. So all the fairing has come off. We've got the tank off. We've released the airbox. Subframe has come off. And we're now about to, I guess, drain fluids?
I reckon so, yeah, let's drain fluids.
Yep.
Have a look at the oil and see what we're dealing with.
Yep. So that's what we did. We got rid of the coolant and got rid of the engine oil. Obviously not warmed up because that engine was toast.
The idea right now is to clear as much space around this sort of area of any parts that are connected or could be damaged on the way out. And basically, yeah, just clear as much room so that this lump can come out nice and easily.
Yeah, let's do it. Just a quick heads up, Brody is a British freestyle motocross rider and is a phenomenal talent, both when his wheels are touching the ground, as you can see when he's flying through the air. It was really, really cool to meet him and really cool to have his help. Brody exemplifies one of the hidden gems of the machine shop. It's not the building itself or the machines within it, it's the people around just to help you that want to get stuck in and learn about whatever project you bring to the table. There is absolutely a machine shop community, and it gives you really, really good vibes when the people around want to help you achieve something. As you can tell, I was busy using this generosity to get Brody to do all the heavy lifting. I was a bit scared actually of dropping this slightly knackered engine that I destroyed, but Brody was able to help me remove it very comfortably from the engine frame.
Easy. That was quite a bit of work. That was heavy.
For the new engine, I found it on eBay. It had 2,000 miles on the clock. Seemed like it was in good nick. Some have asked why I didn't just repair the old engine whilst it was out, but I really didn't know how bad it was going to be, nor did I have the time to fix that and then put it back in. So in my head, buy a new one, do a transplant, carry on riding again, and then use the old one for a bit of a learner. We treated all the engine mounts to some decent Fuchs Seal Clean grease and set about with a bit of encouragement, getting those bolts back in place. Because I've got a bit of wiring OCD, Brody left me to it whilst I sorted out the wiring loom and maybe corrected a few of Jamie's attempts. And then we set to refilling all the lubricants. So again, some Fuchs Seal Clean radiator fluid called Mag Cool, not for drinking, even though it looks like iron brew, and also some trusty engine oily goodness. It was like pouring fresh blood and life into the new engine. It was great to meet Guy again. We met at the Lightweight Adventure Festival and had an absolute ball. But now it's time to get that engine started. Excited! We have spent the last 7 hours stripping and rebuilding the trusty CRF 250L, and I think we've plugged everything in properly.
Hopefully it's going to start.
Yeah.
I'm confident.
Yeah, let's find out.
Should be alright. We'll just cross our fingers and...
Oil's done. Thanks,
cooler.
Fuchs Seal Clean. Cooler's done. Everything's plugged back in. It's just turned on, which is a good start. So I guess there's only one way to find out if she's a good engine.
It's a Honda.
Yeah.
It's going to be fine.
Are we ready?
I'm born ready.
That sounds a lot better than the last one. A lot better. Easy. That'll do. The yellow level's dropped, so we'll just give it a little bit more, top it up. And that sounds so much healthier than the previous one, which was I was like, oh, maybe that's bad.
Probably not good, yeah.
Awesome.
There we go. 7 hours in and out.
7 hours.
TMS special.
Thanks, Brody. That's awesome.
No worries.
Right, more oil and get it running. What a win. I was so chuffed to have that new engine running and for it to sound so good. I'd planned a few days at the machine shop, but with Brody's help, we'd done it in about 7 hours. So I put the red bits back on the bike and took apart the old one for a bit of a go look-see. Turns out not very healthy at all.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So that is...
That's the crank. The shell bearings around the crank have all worn away, so the crank is now... it's never good. It's impressive.
Yes.
Never good. And now that can't build oil pressure. It won't go through the crank. Well, it is going through the crank, but it's pissing out around the bearings, so it can't get its oil to its head. So we picked up here as well. So the cams spin around it. And yeah, so it's picked up all the aluminium, just ruined everything. That engine is torched. Toast.
I get to play with it though.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you may have noticed that I get to leave the machine shop very, very sadly because Millie is finally alive, heart transplant is complete, and now I'm going to go and do my very first test ride. I'm kind of excited. Made a few tweaks, a few adjustments, so I'm just going to get a lid. Right, and then we're going to get on the bike. Thanks for the helmet, guy.
No worries, buddy.
I love your panda patch, it's nice.
Thank you. It's better than the open wound.
Cool. Right, Millie is officially up and running. Yeah. That is officially Millie back to life. Jamie's going to be really chuffed. She'll hopefully make an appearance at the next Lightweight Adventure Festival, and I'm going to take her up to the Peak District and enjoy the new engine and the new lease of life. It's been an absolutely brilliant rebuild at the machine shop. Brody's been amazing. It's also been great to meet Bob and the rest of the team. And do not hesitate to come down here or up here or wherever it is, because I've learnt so much in the last few days, just being around the right people with the right attitude and getting things fixed. Cheers.